To order. Get a roll call. Members present, please.
Commissioner Eichelberger.
Present.
Commissioner Flashy.
Present.
Commissioner DiFilippo.
Here.
And Controller Wicker.
Here.
Okay, thank you. At this point, we have on the agenda for public comment for the salary board regarding salary board issue. Okay, I don't see anything, so we'll keep moving. All right, item 4, we have the approval of salary board actions.
I'll make a motion to approve all the salary board actions except the district attorney's office.
Seconded, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, we have the minutes of the February 10 meeting. I'll entertain a motion.
Now we have.
We have one right.
I'm sorry, that's right, we do. Yes, okay. Okay, so we have the remaining action regarding the district attorney's office, and we can move on this one, so I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. Eichelberg, can I just ask, can I make the motion to move for the request that I made, or, because I don't
To
know
approve
what
the
was
actions.
discussed.
To,
Okay.
yeah, to approve the action. Yes.
Okay, to approve the action that,
That's fine.
I don't know what's before the board, or the commission, sorry.
I'm sure it went the way you wanted it to go.
For the month of April to be covered, is that? if you-
Yeah, that's what we talked about, just
Okay.
single.
Okay, so am I able to re-ask for the family for the month of April?
In making the motion, you can ask for whatever,
Okay, okay.
and then it's up to us to vote it up, vote it.
Okay, thank you. So I would make a motion to move to accept the district attorney's request to pay for family plan for the month of April.
Okay, so we have a motion, we have a second.
I'm not sure how that ended up.
Yeah, I thought we were paying for it.
Yeah, well, we tasked staff giving us HR with giving us the information on the cost differential.
And we got that, but I don't
Yeah.
know.
Okay,
We all voted separately.
Right.
Correct.
To Holly.
We did. Yes. We all voted separately to Holly.
and all that stuff. So, at this point, then I would say, motion on the floor is to pay for everything. So your vote can either reflect what you voted to Holly as an indicator, or you can change your vote and approve the proposal, assuming you can change your vote or vote the way you want it. So the motion on the floor right now is to pay everything. So we have a motion. Do we have a second for that proposal?
I'll second that.
Okay, moved and seconded. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Opposed.
Opposed. Motion fails. Okay, so can I entertain another motion if we so choose? Anybody have a motion?
I'd like to make a motion that we approve single, county pay for single position.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. Okay, at this point, any additional business to come before salary board?
Minutes to approve.
I'm sorry, yes, you're right.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of February 10th.
Moved. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Okay, very good. Then, other business. Hearing none. Motion to adjourn.
Move.
Meeting is adjourned. Okay, so at this point, we will convene the Board of Commissioners meeting and open with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, very good. I call the meeting to order. I'll ask for a roll call. Members present, please.
Commissioner Eichelberger.
Present.
Commissioner Flashy.
Present.
Commissioner DiFilippo.
Present.
Okay, very good. All right, move to item 3, public comment.
We're back. Joan Lanker, and if I may, these, but you can use them. And copy for you, or whatever you're going to need in your attachments.
Thank you.
And I will be mentioning signatures. Okay, February 24th, 2020. Despite the recent closure of the Shikra Road Bridge, we still want and need the bridge. York County Commissioners, as well as Fairview Township Supervisors and Lower Allen Township Commissioners, received this information addressing our desires to work with staff on the restoration project. We are delivering another 608 signatures, now totaling 1,008, from a concerned citizen who want to save our bridge. Also attached, I've given you, is a letter to the editor about the designation bridge. And to pursue funding, we have compiled an initial list of potential funding sources with state and federal agencies. We expect the outcome from the Shikra Road Bridge to be as its sister bridge downstream at Edwards Greenland Farms. That restoration is a success model for the historic bridges along the Yellow Reaches. From Governor Wolf's office, there is a top priority goal now to implement a rebuilding transportation infrastructure called Road Maintenance and Preservation Program. The budget includes about $2 billion. Governor Wolf reinforced his administration's commitment to rural communities with plans to improve more than 1,100 rural and low-volume roadways and rehabilitate municipally owned bridges. York and Cumberland counties and townships can take advantage of this initiative, work as a partner, coordinate with PennDOT, and collaborate with citizens to comprehensively restore our bridge in its original location. The governor's program expands on cost-sharing partnerships with industries, including, or as example, Energy Transfer, the Meridian East Pipeline, and additional sponsor funds. PennDOT also has programs PennDOT Connect Municipal Outreach and PA Project Path to include all government levels, as well as the voices and involvement of other citizens. There is a PennDOT Historic Trust Bridge Management Plan that seeks specialized funding to assist in the preservation of historic bridges. In addition, there is a bridge maintenance and cleaning program that can be incorporated for future improvements. PennDOT has realized that the most preservable are the locally owned trust bridges because they carry the least amount of traffic. Restore PA, a program, includes green infrastructure and transportation projects for potential funding. Attached is a list of other state agencies and federal agencies for financial assistance that can be pursued. We will follow the budget appropriation hearings this week with the assistance of Representative Cheryl Delosier to target those budgets that relate to implementing a comprehensive restoration plan. Our group has started a GoFundMe community donation initiative and future bridge puzzle sales. The puzzles that I dropped off to you is just an example of what we hope to have available for sale. We want to sell bridge puzzles, not bridges. We hope you will coordinate your efforts to create a partnership with the York County Commissioners, the Governor's Office, PennDOT, and other state and federal agencies. There are financial resources available that can be channeled for restoration. We encourage Mr. Brian Emberg, the designated engineer from Herbert, Rowland, and Gruber, and the District 8 engineers in both counties to identify the deficiency and secure the various resources to arrive at a final resolution to save our bridge at its original birthplace. A bit of trivia in all of our homework and looking back is that the engineer design of the Phoenix column used in our bridge became the inspiration for the Eiffel Tower in Paris, France. With the collaboration from government, the community, and outside business partners, the Sheepford Road Bridge can serve the community as a historic destination landmark as its sister bridge at Eddo's Green Lane Farms. Let's communicate and work together to save our bridge. Thank you.
Okay, any comments? Right, please, definition.
Yes, Janice Links, also about the Sheepford Road Bridge. And if I can, I would just like to bring up copies of 2 letters that I'll be mentioning briefly. So today I am presenting a letter of support for the preservation of the Sheepford Road Bridge from Preservation PA. They are a statewide historic preservation nonprofit whose core mission is to help people protect and preserve the historic places that matter to them. I am also presenting a letter from the West Shore Historical Society, which states in part, not only is the West Shore Historical Society concerned about the historical aspects and significance of this historic bridge, but also concerned about the character of the Sheepford Road neighborhood, along and within close proximity to the bridge. The letter goes on to state their concern as to what would remain of and the impact on the neighborhood if the bridge was removed, and the potential adverse effects it would likely have on the character of the neighborhood, and potentially even the overall market appeal and values of properties in the neighborhood. I would also like to let you know of an event happening on March 7th in New Cumberland. With the closure of the Sheepford Road Bridge and the upcoming year-long closure of the Slate Hill Road Bridge, the businesses in New Cumberland are concerned about the detrimental effect on their income. We were made aware of this issue when people spoke at public meetings and in private conversation that the Sheepford Road Bridge is how they get to New Cumberland to shop. Since our bridge closed, we take the Slate Hill Road Bridge into town, but that option will soon be removed, at least for a year. 11 stores will be participating in our fundraiser from 11 to 2 on March 7th. In addition, we've received a sizable donation from the family that owns the small farm cart in Fairview Township, as the closing of the bridges will put their business in jeopardy. I point this out because it's not just a matter of convenience or even the safety concerns we've brought before you in the past, and goes beyond the historic value, but becomes a matter of economics for businesses in the area. And we would love to meet with you outside this public meeting to discuss this further, at your offices, at the bridge, at Starbucks, wherever. And we invite you once again, if you haven't come down to see the bridge, please do so. It really is unique in itself and in its surrounding area. So, thank you.
Okay, any comments?
I have a comment.
Yeah, you too. Go ahead,
Did
Jean.
Representative Delozier agree to meet with you?
Yes,
Has she met with you yet?
yes.
How'd that go?
It went to the point where she has agreed to raise some questions at the upcoming appropriation meetings, which she's a member of that committee.
Yes.
For
And-
this week.
And we've submitted very basic questions because we know that she has a lot to get to, that she hopes that she'll be able to raise this week.
Okay, but she did not promise anything.
Oh, no.
Okay.
No.
All right. Okay.
No.
I don't think she can.
I think, you know, ultimately, you know, we're asking everyone to more or less share the information that we're learning along the way and working towards keeping the bridge at its birthplace. And with the list of the departments, I know personally I have gone through all the departments trying to look at funding sources and where we might be able to extract from different entities, and also private industry. And again, that's why the puzzles, there's an interest, we've been showing them as a model, there is an interest in buying them. So we will be getting them to sell, probably through the West Shore Historic Commission or Society. And they are in agreement with working with us as well. And so ultimately, we see monies coming in many directions, maybe not one pot, but many. And because it goes along the yellow breaches, it involves all of the DCNR for the businesses, environmental, and the money's there, it's just a matter of finding. So we're looking at also private industry. We'll be looking at how we can secure from private industry to present this as well. So the bottom line is we don't want it to just fade away. We are still actively pursuing restoration and educating everyone of the different levels. And ultimately it will be restored.
Do you have any idea how much money you need?
Well, we're waiting for the engineer to finalize the report, because we understand it that it should be done mid-March, and they're doing the design, the assessment of what really happened. And we have particularly asking specifically, step by step, what needs to be corrected and what's the cost associated, so that a bid proposal can be established and getting the accurate budget assessed. But we won't know that until we actually have the details of what is wrong and what needs to be corrected.
And the past cost was estimated at $1 million, but the county is now looking over that, along with looking into restoration possibilities, and also going back to the mobility study. They said they're examining all of those things again, so the price might change.
Yeah, and that was a year ago, 2 years ago, that estimate. So realistically, it will, be more than $1 million. But I think they didn't look at it in a total package for the whole historic preservation, and how we need to not just put a piece of metal underneath there, but to have it so that it maintains the integrity of the historic value.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, we're pretty much waiting on the same thing. Our latest information is that we're working with our engineer in York County and to review the inspection report and the recent traffic counts that were done there for the bridge. And I guess they'll be available, we were told, a few weeks. So that would probably put us in the time frame that you mentioned. And then once all this information is in-house, we'll evaluate it for potential options and cost and regarding mobility of the bridge. So I think that's really where we are right now, but I certainly commend your enthusiasm and your determination. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. We'll be back.
The only question I have is, I spoke with Mr. Stoner a while back, and he mentioned about some state dollars that, I don't know if he's aware of these programs or if he's referencing another, but if you haven't already shared this with him, I'd make sure that he has this so he can do a little reading on that. Obviously, we're going to look for the cost first before we really start seeing if we're even at the ballpark.
I've said it's all about the money, and we are going to be meeting tonight with Fairview Township, and our goal is to get them to draft something, a letter of resolution to move up, that they're in support of, moving forward and saving the bridge, as well as Lower Allen. So we're working at that level to get them on board, and we are aware of Kirkstone and Heather Bitter, that they are depleting staff on both sides. And I'm not sure that they have all of this. We have reached out to them, and we haven't gotten that feedback yet, but we're persistent, so we'll make sure that,
That would be good. I mean, Kirk did mention specifically he knew of some state dollars that, at least in theory, are out there now. You still have a big wall to climb in terms of, are these funding sources or others feasible to use for this type of project, and do you qualify for them, and how much competition is there for, obviously, for the dollars. So, but he should see any information you have, so that he and Brian and Brooke can.
okay. But we would definitely forward to them, and we'll reach out again and let them know. This list really was compiled this week. We working through all the departments and drilling down into every department where there might be, how it applies to restoration, history, the whole scenic waterways, just everything that's tied in. It is like the puzzle. There's a lot of pieces that have to come together. And that's what we're asking for, is that until we can get a total package, an image of what we need to do, we need to let everybody know where they are in the education level of all aspects, and then bring it together. In the meantime, we still have a lot of interest in the public. We're still knocking on doors and getting signatures, and I'm very happy that we have over 1,000 in just a couple of weeks, and we're going to continue with that. Thank you.
Did Representative Delozer get this piece that says the budget funding sources?
We forwarded that, yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Okay, any additional, anybody else? We'll continue on to the next item, which is item 4, the approval of minutes from our meetings of February 5th, February 10th. I entertain a motion.
I'll move to approve the minutes of February 5th and February 10th.
Second.
Moved and seconded, all in favor, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, we have the personnel transactions that were reviewed on Thursday. I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, all in favor, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. All right, item 6, we have the Housing Authority's consistency with consolidation plan as reviewed last Thursday. They're looking for an approval. I'll entertain a motion.
I'll move to approve.
Second the motion.
Moved and seconded, all in favor, indicate by saying aye.
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 Motion carries. Okay, item 7 is the resolution that was regarding the budget adjustment 2020-7, also reviewed Thursday. I'll entertain a motion.
Move to approve resolution 2020-7.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, all in favor, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, item 8, we have the contracts and grants that were reviewed also on Thursday. There's section 1 of the existing contracts, and there is section 2, the new contracts. And we can move these together, I believe, unless.
I'm going to move to approve all of the contracts, existing and new, set forth at 8 items 1 and 2.
Second.
Moved and seconded, all in favor, keep by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. Okay, item 9 is the letter to the Department of Agriculture approving the chem sweep contract. This is the waste disposal contract for our household hazardous waste collection efforts. And that'll be repeated again this year, so we need to get that letter submitted. And that, of course, is subject to commissioner approval. So if anyone would like to make a motion.
Make a motion to approve the letter to the PA Department of Agriculture as presented.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, item 10 is the authorization to advertise for bids, and this is for the refuse removal for the county's government buildings, also reviewed Thursday.
I'll move to approve.
Second.
Okay, moved and seconded, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, motion carries. Okay, item 11 is the approval of the appointment for the chair of Agricultural Land Preservation Board. The nominee from the Land Preservation Board is for Diane Staney, and this term would be retroactive to January 1, expiring December 31 of 2020. And just to make note, this appointment generally is made by the chair of the Board of Commissioners. However, our standard practice for recent years has been that the appointment comes before the entire board. I am happy to continue that, so we put it to the vote. So I'll entertain a motion regarding this appointment.
I'll make a motion to appoint Diane Staney as chair of the Ag Preservation Board as stated for the term listed.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, all in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries. Okay, item 12, we have our nominee for the Recycling and Waste Authority, and the authority members have recommended Rick Estranio of Upper Allen Township to fill the vacant municipal seat. This would be for a 5-year term, effective February 24 of this year, expiring December 31 of 2024. I'll entertain a motion.
I'll move to approve the appointment of Richard Castranio.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Congratulations, Rick.
He's excited.
Doesn't know what he's getting into. The, item 13 is the appointments for the County Industrial Development Authority. And as reported by the solicitor at the last meeting, this essentially mobilizes our move toward limited, staggered term approach for populating the board. And so the members who are being nominated, I'll just read these off for the record here. We have Mr. Kentucky and Mr. John Durbin would be reappointed for 3-year terms commencing February 24 this year, expiring December 31, 2023. In addition, Mr. Omar Shute would be appointed to a 4-year term commencing February 24 this year, expiring December 31, 2024. And Parker Coons, you probably know Ms. Skip Coons, would be reappointed to a 5-year term commencing February 24 this year and expiring December 31, 2025. And Charles Wilson would be a reappointment as well. This would be for a 2-year term commencing February 24 this year, expiring December 31, 2022. That's the recommendation that was brought to us. I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion, but I have a question which I addressed staff with just a couple of hours ago. I'm not sure the ending dates on any of these terms is accurate. It seems to be a year too long. Example, Kentucky, John Durbin, he gave up December 31, 2023. It's actually 4 years, not 3. So
That's
a
correct.
little concerned. They're all that way. I'm just a little concerned. Whether
We verified it with the key, and he
I
said
was
that
gonna
even
say
though it's
that.
8 months long, that this is the appropriate way to do
Yeah.
the appointments.
Because they're moving toward this term, toward a 3-year term, 4-year term. That doesn't necessarily mean that that's what it's going to work out to be, because this is the first time that we're putting them on that term. So,
Okay.
yeah, so in other words, the expiration dates are correct.
Yes.
all right,
Okay.
that was my key concern. Thanks for checking that out. Then I'll make a motion, excuse me, to approve reappointments to the Cumberland County Industrial Development Authority of the following individuals: Mr. Tucky, Mr. Durbin for the term as noted, Mr. Shute for the term as noted, Mr. Coons for the term as noted, and Mr. Wilson for the term as noted.
I'll second.
Moving second. All in favor, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, item 14, we have the appointments in regards to the library system board for the county, and the appointments put forward, and we all received the resumes, are for Hope Miller and Cindy Pimental. And, is that, am I pronouncing it correct? Pimental, okay. All right, and these would be both of these would be for 3-year terms, also effective February 24 this year, expiring December of 22. There's a review as well, so I'll entertain a motion.
I'll move to approve the appointments of Hope Miller and Cindy Pimental to the Cumberland County Library System Board.
Second.
Moved and seconded, all in favor, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries, thank you. Item 15 is the appointments to the Cumberland County Commission for Women. And the names we have, again, reviewed on Thursday, credentials in hand. Alexandria Anastasia and Deb Jacobs would be brought on for 3-year terms, effective retroactively to January 1 of this year, expiring December 31 of 22. Also, Jordan Pine would be appointed to a vacancy for a 3-year term, effective February 24 this year, and expiring December 31 of 2021. Do I have a motion?
Make the motion to appoint Alexandra Anastasio and Deb Jacobs to the Cumberland County Commission for Women for the terms as noted, and also Jordan Pine to the Cumberland County Commission for Women for the term as noted.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, all in favor, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Okay, item 16 is our general disbursement transfer authorizations, so we can pay all of our bills for the month of February. I'll entertain a motion.
I'll move to approve the general disbursements transfer authorizations that's set forth in item 16.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 17, we have the acceptance of the monthly report of monetary that requires a vote. And item 18 is other business. Do you have anything else coming before the board?
Yes, we do, Commissioners. There's a letter to DEP that Kirk is going to discuss. He has asked us to call him. He was in a meeting, so did you want me to talk over here, or did you want?
That would be fine. Yeah, I think that's good.
Good afternoon, Kirk Stetter speaking.
Hi, Kirk, extending the Commissioners. We have
Good afternoon, everyone.
We have
Hey,
you
Kirk.
under the other business section regarding your letter to DEP.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so big business in East Pennsboro Township. There's a crematory that's being located near West Fairview, and they need a letter from the county indicating that the proposal is consistent with the county comprehensive plan. So I see a number of these every week that we sign off on and send in. In this case, because it's a crematory, apparently there's DEP regulations that the letter has to be on county commissioner letterhead signed by the board. So I wrote up the letter. We have no issues really with the crematory. The township has reviewed the plans and actually approved the plans. So I think at this point we're just doing the administrative paperwork needed for the landowner to move out of the project.
Any questions, Commissioners?
Kirk, should the letter say the 2017 Cumberland County Comprehensive Plan?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, we adopted the plan November of 2017.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Any additional questions?
That's done.
Okay. Thanks, Kirk.
Okay, thanks everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Are we looking for action on that today? Or?
Yes.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion in regards to this letter.
Make a motion to approve the letter to Mark Billow, Penn Valley Crematory LLC as presented.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, is there any additional business? Nothing there. Anyone else? Solicitor? Okay, hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I'll move.
Okay,